Welcome to one and all. I am Vasanta, Department of Computer Science, Gopalswamy PU College, Mysuru. Today, we will start with the 7th session of Database Concept chapter. Already we explained regarding what do you mean by data, information, data processing cycle. Under that, which are the stages we have in data processing cycle, the difference between manual as well as electronic data processing. Then what do you mean by DBMS, that is database management system. What are the advantages in DBMS we will get? Then who are the users of DBMS? Who are the users of DBMS? That is end user, analyst, system admin, with that designer. With that we explain the database architecture, data independence. When you come on data abstraction, there are three levels. One is internal level, external level, and the last one is conceptual level. First internal level, second is conceptual level, and the last one is external level. When they come on data independence, two types of independence we have. What do you mean by data independence? It is nothing but ability of a schema to change at one level without affecting in another level. Two types of independence we have. One is physical independence and the second one is logical independence. In physical independence, it is the ability of a program or language to change at physical level without affecting the conceptual level. When they come on logical level independence, there by making changes at the conceptual level without affecting the external level. With that, we explained regarding database modules. Under database modules, we have three types: hierarchical model, network model, as well as relational model. Three models we have. In hierarchical model, it is developed by IBM. All the data are arranged in the format of tree. And on that we have root node, child node, leaf node, and with that we have few advantages as well as disadvantages. When we come on network model, there also it is developed by Codacell. With that, all the data are arranged in the format of graph format. In the graph format, we have records, a relationship of the data, all those things you will get in network model. Whereas in the last case, relational model, there all the data are arranged in the format of tables. All the data are arranged in the format of tables. Then it is developed by AF codes. And with that, in this also we have rows, columns, a relationship, all those things we have, and with that it is very simple, easy to maintain. But when you come on drawback, limited length of data only we can able to insert. That is the main drawback of this relational database model. Today we will explain regarding data warehouse. This is the last concept on this chapter. What do you mean by this data warehouse? Why we require this? Regarding that, you will come to know the stages, components under this data warehouse. Regarding that, especially regarding that, you will come to know on this session. Whereas, data warehouse is a repository of an organization electrically stored data. It is a repository. It is a repository of an organization electrically data. It is an repository of an organization electrically stored data. What do you mean by that? Why we require this data warehouse? It is a process of depositing, storing the data in electrical format. Whenever we need, on that time we can able to access. ಈಗ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಲ್ಲಿ ದುಡ್ಡನ್ನ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅದೇ ಥರ here also we are storing electrically, we are storing the data. That is nothing but data warehouse. It is a repository of an organization electrically stored data. Then on this, which are the fundamental stages we will get when you come to know fundamental stages? There we have some stages. The first one, offline operation database. The second one is offline data warehouse. It has real time data warehouse, and the last one is, the first one is offline operational database, the second one is offline data warehouse, real time integrated data warehouse, These are the stages under data warehouse we will get. Data warehouse is nothing but is a repository of an organization electrically stored data. Stages under that, offline operational database, offline almado operations, so offline data warehouse, we have to store the data. Real time data warehouse, whatever transaction on spot, whatever thing we have done, immediately it has to be updated. Integrated data warehouse, we have to merge and we can get the final result. Like that, in this we have several stages under data warehouse. Already you come to know what do you mean by data warehouse. Next, we will explain the components of data warehouse. Already you come to the stages. Under stages, offline operational database, offline data warehouse, real time data warehouse, as well as integrated data warehouse. Next, we will explain the components of data warehouse. Components of data warehouse. Which are the components on this we will get one by one. Now we will discuss. The first one, data source. The first one is data source. What do you mean by this data source? It is any electronic repository of information. It is any electronically repository of information. It is any electronically repository of information. The second component is transformation. Why require this data transformation? Data transformation. When you want to access any data in the database, especially in data warehouse, it is huge collection of data. Ella ತರ data store ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Heterogeneous format, all the data are stored. Here, whichever data we want, first in data source we are accessing which data I want to access. Regarding that you will know. Whereas in data transformation, we have to clean that data. Whichever data we want, only we will take only that data. It is nothing but receiving data from different place, but there we are accessing only required data. We are cleaning the data, cleaning that information. Whichever format we want, on that format we are cleaning here. That is nothing but data transformation, cleaning, standardizing. Cleaning, or we can say it as standardizing. That is nothing but data transformation. ಈಗ ನಾನು ಹೇಳುವಾಗ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಥರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಈಗ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಆ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ಫಾದರ್ ನೇಮು, ಮದರ್ ನೇಮು, ಕ್ಯಾಸ್ಟು, ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. For example, I want only father name, or I want only the caste, student name and then caste, for example. Then what I have to do, I will going to remove all unwanted things, whichever column I want, only I am going to select that. I have to clean in proper way. That is nothing but data transformation, cleaning and standardizing. That is nothing but data transformation. The next one is the stage is reporting. Whatever information here, whatever information you have stored, that has to be supplied to the staff. On that organization, whatever information here we have, that has to be supplied to the staff, made available to the staff. Made available to the staff. That is nothing but reporting. First, we have to select whichever data we want. That it is any data, it's electronically repository of information that has to be cleaned, that has to be reported to the staff. It has to be intimated, these are the data. Then only the staff can able to access and works on that. And the next one is metadata. Metadata. It is nothing but information about the status of data. Information about status of data. ಆ ಡೇಟಾ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಆ ಡೇಟಾ ಹೆಂಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಆ ಡೇಟಾ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡೋದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಮೆಟಾ ಡೇಟಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. It is any electrically repository of information. ಯಾವುದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, then that has to be cleaned, that has to be reported to the staff, and we have to maintain whatever the data exactly we have, the status of that data we have to maintain. That is information regarding that information. That is metadata. And the last stage under the components of data warehouse is operation. Operations. These operations will manipulate whichever data we want, that we can able to manipulate, we can able to process here. It is a process of loading and manipulating. It is a process of loading and manipulating. That is regarding operations. When you come on data warehouse, it is a repository of an organization electrically stored data. Under that, when you come on components, data source, data transformation, reporting, metadata, operations. In this also, we have few advantages as well as disadvantages. What are the advantages we will get? For one by one we will discuss now. That is, the data warehouse is nothing but it is a repository of an organization electrically stored data. Now we will discuss about the advantages. Under that, what are the advantages in data warehouse we will get? The first advantages, it increases the productivity. It increases the productivity. If you maintain all the data in data warehouse, then we can able to increase the production, increased productivity. That's the main advantages in this data warehouse will get. Increased productivity. Increased productivity. And the second one, decreases the computing cost. Computing cost. And the third one is it able to combine different data from different resources. Different resources. It able to combine different data from different resources. And the next advantages, it helps to analyze the information. Analyze the information. Now once again to recall, it helps to increase the productivity. With that it decreases computing cost. It enables to combine different data from different resources. With that it helps to analyze the information. These are the few advantages in data warehouse we will get. In the same way, here also we will get some disadvantages also. What are the disadvantages then? Here we will get one by one. Now we will discuss disadvantages. Under disadvantages, the first disadvantage, extracting, cleaning, loading takes lot of time. Extracting, cleaning as well as loading takes more time. Time consumption is more because it is a huge collection of data. There I have to extract whichever data I want, only I have to extract only that data, and that data has to be cleaned. Afterwards I have to load that data. It means that it takes more time. That one of the disadvantages under data warehouse. Next, it get outdated. It get outdated. After few days, that technique we are not following, we are updating ourselves. It may get outdated. And the next one, we have to give training for the staff. Needs training to the staff. And lack of security issues. Lack of security issues. These are the few disadvantages under data warehouse. Extracting, because data warehouse is nothing but huge collection of data. Tumba ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ತರದ ಡೇಟಾಸ್, heterogeneous datas ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ electrically. That when you want to select only the particular data, first I have to extract that data. Huge, ಈಗ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಡಸ್ಟ್ಬಿನ್ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ ಅಥವಾ ಕಾರ್ಪೊರೇಷನ್ ತೊಟ್ಟಿ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಕಾರ್ಪೊರೇಷನ್ ತೊಟ್ಟಿಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಥರದ ಡೇಟಾಸು ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ ಯಾವ ಡೇಟಾ ಬೇಕೋ ಆ ಡೇಟಾ ಮಾತ್ರ ತಗೋಬೇಕು. ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ದಟ್ ಡೇಟಾ and I have to clean that. Afterwards I have to load that. It takes time. Then it get outdated sometime. This data warehouse software may get outdated. Needs training to the staff. Without giving training, the staff cannot able to use this data warehouse. For the sake, we need to give the training for the staff. Then lack of security issues because it is a heterogeneous collection of data. Then all the staffs, all the members are trying to access their data. That's why it is a lack of security problem. These are the things regarding the disadvantages of data warehouse. And the last concept on this is data mining. What do you mean by this data mining? How exactly it will work? That now we'll explain. Data mining. Data mining. Data mining is a process of picking or taking the selected information from huge amount of data. For example, ಜನರಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಭೂಮಿನ ಅಗ್ದು ತಮಗೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದನ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡ ತಕ್ಷಣ, ಈಗ ಭೂಮಿಲಿ ತೆಗೆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಮಗೆ ಚಿನ್ನ ಬಂಗಾರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಿಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ವಾಟ್ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಡೂ, ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಥ್ರೂ ಸೆವೆರಲ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜಸ್. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ವಾಟರ್ ಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅವಾಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಭೂಮಿ ಮೂಲಕ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕೋ ಆ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟಲ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. In the same way, here also data mining is a process of picking, taking the data from huge amount of the information. It is a process of picking information. It is a process of picking information from huge data, from large data, amount of data. It is a process of picking, or we can say taking information from large amount of data. Then what are the stages you will get on this? In this also we will get several stages. First main thing, data mining is the process of taking, extracting, picking the information, whichever information we want from huge amount of data. In this we have several stages. The first one, I have to decide which data I want to pick. Is it no? ಈಗ ಒಂದು ರಾಶಿ ಪಾತ್ರೆಗಳಿದೆ. ಆ ಪಾತ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋ ಒಂದು ಪಾತ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ತಗೋತೇನೆ. Okay. On that I have to decide, I have to select which data I want to take. Then next I have to clean that properly, because in huge amount of data I took that, is it? No, that's why I have to clean. Then transformation, afterwards interpretation as well as evaluation. First one, selection. If I want to perform mining operation, data mining, first I have to select which data I want to extract. Now is it clear? That is the first stage. And the second stage, pre-processing. I have to clean that in proper way, then only I can able to use. Is it no? First one, select which data I want to extract. Then we have to pre-process. That means we have to clean that data. Then only I can able to use that data. Is it no? And the third stage, is transformation. That is nothing but usable and navigable. Third stage. And which is the fourth stage on this? Interpretation and evaluation. Interpretation and evaluation. These are the few stages on data mining we will get. Now is it clear for all of you? Once again I am to recall, what are the things on this chapter you have studied regarding data, information, data processing cycle, the difference between manual as well as electronic data processing, then stages under data processing cycle. What do you mean by data independence? The types of data independence. Who are the users of DBMS? What do you mean by DBMS? What are the advantages of DBMS? With that, the DBMS architecture. Then with that, you have studied regarding the file organization. What do you mean by file organization? How all the data are stored in database. On which format, on which manner it is stored. There are three types of file organization: sequential file organization, direct file organization, and one more is index sequential file organization. In the first case, sequential, records are arranged one after the another. In direct file organization, records are arranged randomly. Whereas in index sequential file organization, we can able to access the records both sequential as well as randomly. But it takes extra more space compared to direct file organization. With that, you have studied regarding data warehouse, data mining, why we require this data mining, the stages, components, and with that database models. In database model, you have three types. One is hierarchical model, network model, relational model. In hierarchical model, the data are arranged in tree format. In network model, data are arranged in graph format. In relational model, data are arranged in table format. Then what do you mean by models? Database model, it is nothing but it describes the general structure of the data in a database. How exactly the data is present, how it is arranged, what is the data type, regarding that you will come to know. Now is it clear for all of you? This completes your database concept chapter. Thank you for all of you.